Good morning, Year 6, and welcome to today's English session, where we are going to be looking at using semicolons. Now, a semicolon contains a comma and a full stop, and it's very helpful to remember this because a semicolon is stronger than a comma, but it's not as final as a full stop. So you can see comma, full stop. Okay, it's somewhere in the middle of them. So using the semicolons. Now, they are used to link sentences that are very, very closely related. For example, the word was silent and absolutely still, semicolon. Little Red Riding Hood realised that she had not truly seen its beauty until now. Now they're very, very closely related because the wood was silent and absolutely still, and because of this, she realised that she had not seen its beauty, okay, because it was silent and absolutely still, unlike usual. Now the semicolon here works perfectly to allow a really smooth transition between one sentence to the next. Now a full stop here might detract from the impact of Little Red Riding Hood's observation, and it might create too much of a stop, a final pause. Using a comma here would be incorrect, because a comma cannot link two independent sentences. Remember, this is a main clause here and a main clause here. Now, I could have used a conjunction, coordinated conjunction like and, but it might just make it very long and hard to read, so a semicolon is absolutely perfect. A mini little pause to get a breath, to then carry on and show that they're very closely related. Now, semicolons can also be used to link one sentence to another closely related sentence that uses a conjunctive adverb. The wolf liked Little Red Riding Hood. Nevertheless, he was looking forward to eating her. Again, the wolf liked Little Red Riding Hood. Nevertheless, he was looking forward to eating her. Little Red Riding Hood didn't like the forest much. However, she did like visiting Grandma. So we can see how that these are being used here. Again, other examples of conjunctive adverbs that could have a semicolon before them would be otherwise, therefore, moreover, nevertheless, thus, besides, accordingly, consequently, instead, and hence. Now, you don't really have to remember that part, okay, because we're looking more at joining two main clauses with them, okay? And again, you do not always have to use conjunctive adverb. Now, here are some great examples of sentences that have a semicolon but do not have those conjunctive adverbs. Grandad is going bald. His hair gets thinner each time we see him. We had too many fumbles. We lost the game. Sean wanted to call her new puppy Scritch. I hated the name. I am so sorry. Will you ever be able to forgive me? Again, notice on here I could have added some conjunctions to join these as well. We had too many fumbles, so we lost the game. Sean wanted to call our new puppy Scritch, but I hated the name. The semicolon here is allowing that smooth transition, taking out that conjunction and showing that these two sentences are two main clauses are very closely linked. Okay. Now, a semicolon can also be used to separate items in a list, where we sort of give the item more detail. So there are lots of characters in the story. Big Bad Wolf, comma, the baddie. Then this shows the next person. This is showing additional information, okay, whereas usually we'd use a comma to separate items in the list. Whereas the comma is showing extra information, and the semicolon is showing the next item in the list. Little Red Riding Hood, the heroine. Grandma, the victim, and Mr. Woodcutter, the rescuer. Okay, so you can see the semicolons being used to separate items in a list as well. It's been done there as well for ages. Now, be very careful. Okay, I've got two sentences here. The man looked outside and sighed. It had been raining all day. Now, the two clauses need to be linked, and they must be about the same subject. So this top one is absolutely fine. This is perfect. But this one, for instance, Danny got in the car. He didn't like broccoli. Well, this is not an effective use of a semicolon because the two clauses are not related, so this would not work. Now, you are going to put this knowledge into your own work today, and you're going to be using semicolons and showing that you can start to understand how they are used. So, complete the semicolon worksheets that have been emailed to your parents, all that are on Google Drive, and then send your answers to me. Remember, they must be sent before 3:30 today. And of course, if you would like to have a go at Study Ladder for a little extra challenge, you are more than welcome to do so. Thank you very much, Year 6. I look forward to speaking to you soon.